Squad. Squad. Yeah. Welcome to the Wnba update brought to you by dopecontent.com. Yeah. We are here. Can y'all hear me? Hopefully y'all can hear me. Test. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Welcome to another episode of the Wnba update brought to you by dopecontent.com. Yeah. We are live here trying to see what's up, what's going to happen with this Wnba expansion, man. So I'm going to get the audio up. So if you're at work and you want to hear what's going on, we can do that. So they on commercial right now. So who do you think your team is protecting? Who do you think your team is letting walk? And who will Toronto and Portland select? So it's going to be interesting, man. Appreciate you that's joining on the red app, the blue app, the purple app. Hope you're having a good Friday, man. If you're on the red app, hit the like button. Same with the blue app. If not, it is what it is. Let's see. They on commercial right now. We on ESPN. It's supposed to start in 1 minute. So as soon as we get back from commercial, I will pull the audio up, man. Yeah. I hope y'all having a great day once again. Let me make sure I'm on the right ESPN channel too. They got like 15 now. Let me make sure I'm on the right one. So when it starts, we can hear. I don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know if they're just going to throw out names or it's going to be like an actual draft. So hopefully it's like an actual draft, get the suspense going and things like that. Let me make sure we live on everything too, man. Restream be tripping sometimes. You can't never know when you live. Okay, I think we are. Let's see. Let me turn this music off real quick. If I wasn't on YouTube, I would play the actual video, but that ain't gonna work because we on YouTube. And we on Facebook as well, man. So they will ban us. Let me turn this music off so y'all can hear.
Welcome to the Wnba Expansion Draft.
Here we go.
Presented by State Street Investment Management Fund.
More excited to welcome you to the WNBA Expansion Draft Special. I'm Malika Andrews, and in just a few minutes, we're going to reveal the rosters for the Portland Fire, who will be bringing the WNBA back to Rip City for the first time in 20 years. And then the first ever WNBA team outside of the United States, the Toronto Tempo. And we're also going to have immediate reaction to the picks because both GMs are joining us from the WNBA's latest franchises. They're going to be explaining their decisions live. But if you have any questions on maybe the rules of the expansion draft, don't worry. We got you covered. Well, actually, we have a former #1 pick on the case. Chinea Wnba's got you.
So they already made their picks. I wonder if the players know this.
WNBA Expansion Draft. This year, we'll see 2 teams get their starts with Portland.
Let me know if y'all can hear this
Toronto.
too.
So here's how it works. The teams make alternating picks in a 2-round draft with up to 6 picks per team in each round. The rounds will snake such that the team that has the first pick in round 1 will select second in round 2. Collectively, the new teams can only select 1 player from an existing team per round. So if Portland selects someone from Team A, neither Portland nor Toronto can select another player from Team A in the same round. The pool includes players who are set to be unrestricted free agents entering the 2026 season. Of those players, each team can only select 1. As a result of a coin toss, Toronto chose the higher pick in the WNBA draft. So that means Portland gets the first selection here today. Each existing team gets to protect 5 players on their roster. After that, the rest, they're fair game. It's basically Hunger Games, y'all. So expect the unexpected.
Ooh, I'm scared to see who Dallas is about to lose. I am so nervous. Please don't let it be one of the rooks.
We certainly will expect the unexpected, but let's get to it because it's the moment that you all have been waiting for.
Please don't let it be one of the
rooks.
rooks.
Pick in this year's WNBA Expansion Draft, the Portland Fire. They have selected Bridget Carlton here from the Minnesota Lynx. Remember the 28-year-old who started every game for the Lynx this season. She has a career 39% three-point
Bridget
shooter.
Carlton,
So she's going to be
Minnesota.
bringing that sharp shooting to Portland, something that City is really
Going to
accustomed
Portland.
to. And then to the Tempo with the second pick. And they selected Julie Almond from the Los Angeles Sparks. She is one of 12 qualified players to average 5 assists last season. The 29-year-old is headed to Toronto. Now, both teams, they had the opportunity to pick up 12 players. We're going to get to the rest of their rosters in just a moment. But for more on this,
I wish I could show this, but I'm on YouTube. I'll get copyright.
Analyst here, Monica, Coach Carolyn, Pack Monica.
And
I'm going to start
Facebook.
with you. We see the top selections here. What is your reaction?
Well, Bridget Carlton is someone, as you mentioned in your lead-in, Malika, who is tested in this league. She's been a part of that Lynx organization, played in big games, hit big shots, is praised for her versatility as a defender as well. And so I think that's an exciting first selection in this expansion draft.
Couldn't agree with you more, Coach.
Yeah, I think that when you look at Bridget Carlton and what she did for Minnesota, one of the things that Cheryl Reeve often talked about is that she could put Carlton on the best opponent's offensive player with length. And even if she was playing off the ball defensively in the right place at the right time. So you want to have that kind of player that can bring it on the defensive end. And then Bridget Carlton, you know that she can be a sniper from the three-point line. So I think that's a good start for Portland.
And so off to the races we go. And as I mentioned, every team had the opportunity to select 12 players. However, both teams open. We know that the WNBA draft here is upcoming. They could look to fill it then.
I forgot to
so
name
without
that
further
fast.
ado, let's take a look at the Toronto Tempo's roster here. Because after selecting Julie Almond,
Marina Mabry is in Toronto.
Roster, it looks like this.
Lexi
Yara
Hill
Sabali from the Liberty. Marina Mabry from the Sun, Aaliyah Nye from the Aces, Lexi Held from the Mercury, Maria Conde from Golden State, Maria Klindikova from the Lynx,
Take a quick look.
Adja
Take a quick look.
Khan
Take a quick
from
look.
the New York Liberty, and Nicolina Milic from the Connecticut Sun. They also added Kitya Laksa from the Phoenix Mercury.
I can't keep it on long because I'm on YouTube. I'm sorry.
From the Indiana Fever here. So, Coach, now that we have seen the entirety of Toronto's roster, what are your thoughts?
Ooh, they got Marina Mabry.
Well, I think that Sandy Brandello went off her experience in the WNBA. Remember, she won a championship with 2 different franchises. What's most important? I think it's ball security. And so what she's done is she's gotten not just point guards, but guards that can be combo guards. So you can keep steady ball handlers on the floor and move them off to a shooting guard. So if you can take care of it and you can shoot it, that's an added value. And I think that's what you've got to have to start, because we all know about the pressure in the WNBA. If you can't take care of the basketball,
hold on, I'm gonna see if I can pull that photo up for you so you can see
that's
everybody. I'm
points
sorry.
For the opponents. So ball security
I'm trying
was
to
a
get
priority
everybody,
for Sandy Brandello.
all these different platforms together.
Monica?
When you think about what the Tempo have been able to do, there's also familiarity there, right?
Yeah.
Like Nayar Sabli had the opportunity to play with Sandy Brandello in Portland as well. And so, or excuse me, in New York rather. So there's some things that will probably be thematic to what she's been able to do over her career. Like she's put her guards, her combo guards in particular, in really good positions to be successful. I'm actually really curious about Maria Kleondakova and how she will fit into this Sandy Brandello system. We actually saw Nayar Sabli take a step in her career under Brandello's leadership in New York as well. And as I look at this list, a name like Kitty Alaska is really someone that I'm curious about. I remember her time at South Florida, an international player under Jose Fernandez. She's someone who might have an opportunity to make a leap again in the expansion position.
And that is, under Sandy Brandello, what this team is looking to do. Who can be the Golden State Valkyries that we saw from last season and take that huge leap immediately out of the gate? Okay, so now that we have Toronto's roster rather cleared, here's the Portland Fire
Take a quick
roster.
look. Take a quick
Bridget
look.
Carlton
Haley
was
Jones
first, we
from
know that.
Dallas.
And then they went with Carla Late from the Valkyries, of course. Louisa Geisel-Soder from the Wings. Emily Engstler from the Mystics.
We lost Louisa
Maya
too.
Caldwell.
Okay.
She's coming from the Dream. Chloe Bibby is in there from the Fever. Haley Jones from the Wings. Nadia Kwok from the Atlanta
I wanted
Dream.
Haley to come back.
And then Sarah Ashley Barker from the Sparks. Shug Sutton from the Mystics.
Yeah, Bibby
and then
gone.
rounding out this roster is Nika Mule from Seattle. So, Coach, I would like to bring you back in here now that we see Portland's roster
I like
taking
Portland's
shape.
team.
Maybe
I like
curious
Portland.
first your first takeaways, and then I have a couple more specific
It's
questions.
a nice little roster to start off.
Well, before Portland even started the draft, I was interested in how would Alex Sarama go about it. And he has done, look, he's based everything off of digital statistics and analytics. And so I was really not sure what direction he would go. But the one thing that I think he went after was those tween players, those players that have length, that also have the ability to stretch the floor. So he's added shooters like you have Bridget Carlton, but you've got Haley Jones, who's versatile, who can play inside and out. Chloe Bibby came along as of late, jumped a few rosters last year from Golden State, ended up in Indiana, but she's another large player, long player that can shoot the basketball. So I think that now it's starting to come to shape, especially when you look at a player like Sarah Ashley Barker, a player that can play numerous positions on the floor. I think he's trying to find those players that have great versatility.
Monica,
I just want to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Malika, I just want to go to, though, what is listed in Alex Samara's, or Sarama, excuse me, I keep mixing up my R and my M. I want to go to what he's listed as a coach, right? The constraints-led approach, which is new to me, CLA methodology, will emphasize flexibility, decision-making, game representative learning principles that will define the Fire's identity. Now, it is all. We're waiting to let this be seen. But one thing that I did think about is the amount of players who like to play from behind the three-point line when I look at this roster. Emily Engstler, traditionally sort of a 4 in the league, but someone who has worked on her three-point shot over the course of her game. Chloe Bibby, obviously a wonderful three-point shooter from her days at the University of Maryland and on through her college career. Shug Sutton has had a knack for hitting big-time shots in her time with the Phoenix Mercury, and most recently she was with the Washington Mystics.
What up, Push?
I'm with Coach. I really want to see how these players are going to fit into what is going to be a new system to all of us in the WNBA.
And, of course, how they're going to round out these rosters in the WNBA draft that's coming up just 10 days from now, because they did elect to leave that roster spot open so that they can continue to look to fill those needs.
I'm just mad
that they have
about
left
Haley
with
Jones
these
from my
rosters.
team. I
Ladies,
wanted her to
thank
come
you very
back.
much for
I'm a
that
Dallas
insight.
Wings
We're going to take a break because
person.
both general managers from the Fire and Tempo, they're just getting ready to join the show. We're going to ask them about their logic in taking Carlton and Alman with their first picks. The WNBA expansion draft special continues after this.
All right. About to go to commercial, so I'm going to put them on mute. And I get a little background music.
Defy aging.
Get a little background music. Appreciate y'all joining. I'm trying to not talk over the audio so much. That's why I'm kind of just, listening. So Appreciate you joining. Appreciate the new follow. Diamond on Twitch. Thank you to all those that's here on whatever app that you're on. This was like a last minute thing, you know. For real, you saw the note on Facebook. Well, hey, at least you saw it. That's because sometimes they don't even send the notification out. I'm trying to find a good graphic of all the players so I can just put on the screen. Nobody has actually posted it yet, which is crazy. You would think the ESPN, the WNBA channel would be on it quicker than this, especially since the picks have already been made. I'm getting more news from Sham about Steph Curry than I am anything WNBA wise. Nobody has it yet. Like I'm on the Portland's page and I ain't seen them post that stuff yet. All right, let me see if I can add this to the screen real quick. It's probably y'all gonna see me do a little editing here, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see. Let's find it. Why did it come up so doggone big like that? Y'all, we doing a little editing here, y'all. We're doing a little editing here. That's all. Uh-oh. Where did I go? All right, so I'm going to just go down here and I'm going to scroll so y'all can see the players if y'all didn't get to see it. I never said her name right in Dallas, man, but Luisa Gaseldo, she's gone from Dallas. Carla Late's gone. Bridget Carlton, that's the best pick of the draft. You know what? What's her name? Marina Mabry is a big pick. That's all they got so far. They didn't post nothing else. Those are the three. I can never say Louisa's name right, bro. I hate it too.
Bruh.
I can never say it. Maya Caldwell. There she go. All right. So they're slowly posting them. This is Portland. I almost said Toronto. This is Portland's right here. I guess I'll just keep refreshing. Let's see what Toronto is talking about. Do I not follow them? We still on commercial right now, so this is why we are. There we go. That's thank you. That's what I want to see right there. So there's Toronto. That's how you do it. Thank you to their social media team. I believe we're back from commercial as well, so let me.
Management Spy, official ETF partner of the WNBA.
Standing ovation as the Portland Fire come off the floor.
We could feel the cheers, the energy of the crowd. The crowd was electric.
Our players were like rock stars.
This is Toronto's team, ladies and gentlemen.
Will be there.
Styles for three. Perfect.
I hope that the Portland Fire is the team to beat the WNBA. It's now the Portland Fire in the present.
The Rose Garden is just on fire.
How many games you think this team is going to win with this roster?
The WNBA is back in Portland, and here's what the Fire roster is going to look like. Of course, it's led, as we mentioned earlier in the show, by Bridget Carlton, Carla Late, and then Shug Sutton was the first player in Mercury history with a triple-double, and Haley Jones, Sarah Ashley Barker, their former top 10 picks. Joining us now is the Portland Fire General Manager, Wnba Chernivets. Thank you so much, Wnba, for spending a little bit of time with us. You can take a deep breath now. You can exhale. The expansion draft has come and gone. But you're not new to this. You were the Vice President of Basketball Operations with the Valkyries, and we saw that season start with unprecedented success, rather. So now, how do you try to emulate that, bottle it up for Portland?
Yeah, this year has been completely different. You know, a lot of people have said, oh, you've done it before.
The experience with two teams coming into the expansion draft has been a new challenge for me as well. So just want to thank our team for putting so much effort, into this process. And I'm very excited, for our community and our fans to kind of get to know our roster and see us in Moda soon.
Hey, I went to school in Portland. The basketball appetite in the city, it could not be bigger, higher. I know that the excitement must be off the charts, especially now that you've made your first selections. And with the first pick, you selected Bridget Carleton from the Minnesota Lynx. Can you just take us inside your thinking there, what she will bring to the organization?
So they decided to get an extra draft pick in the regular draft from Chicago versus taking somebody from Chicago.
The strategy was, who is our unrestricted free agent? And Bridget immediately stood out. And then the strategy went, how do we secure, to make sure she ends up on a roster? And the obvious logic was she's going to be our number one pick. Bridget is someone that, number one, everybody wants to play with. Like, her character, speaks for herself. And then what she brings on court on both ends of the floor, it's, just something that it's hard to find in a player. So we're very excited,
So Chicago didn't lose anybody to either
but also
either
kind of
team.
stretch our floor and play modern, team-oriented basketball on the offense.
Yeah, absolutely. A great teammate also is such a good point in all of this. But Portland, I mentioned it at the top of this, has been waiting 20 years for WNBA basketball to return. Now it's here. The team has a shape, it has a name, it has a look, the roster has a feel. So what's your message that you want to send to fans now that the foundation has been laid and the roster is in place?
Yeah, I think the community is so excited to have the team back. So they deserve, a good product on the floor. And I just can't wait to kind of live the first game in Moda, and I have a feeling we're going to be a very, tough arena to play in. Our goal is basically the team just hate playing in Moda, and
why didn't you show the mascot missing the dunk,
fans
bruh?
and the community in the Bay when it comes to that.
It's not a highlight to show for your
today
team.
is a day of celebration here in Portland, but want to acknowledge, that for the other 13 teams, it's a fun day. Teams have lost a teammate, teams have lost a friend and a player. So
from my understanding, they can't
help us in this process. Everybody has been great in communicating.
That was from my understanding of the rules. They have to go to.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot
the
of
team
moving
that
parts that have
selected
to
them.
come together for an expansion draft to take
But I will
place,
double check
and
that.
that
Let me
has
check.
happened this time around, and now we get to see the Portland Fire. We're getting closer and closer to the moment that you all take the floor. Vanya, thank you. We appreciate the time, and certainly best of luck this season.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, the first year of expansion franchises, it hasn't always led to immediate on-court success. But then came the Golden State Valkyries, right? They're the only team to make the playoffs
it's
their expansion
crazy.
season. It was the first time that has happened just last year when the Valkyries were able to do that. So now we welcome in our reporter who covers Golden State. She happens to have a good last name as well, Kendra Andrews. Kendra, thank you very much for the time. We mentioned the Valkyries, right, and how they were looking to shake things up. And really, they were able to do that in the WNBA last year, becoming that first expansion franchise that we saw make the postseason. So how were they able to do that, and how can it be emulated?
And Malika, you'll remember when the Golden State Valkyries had their expansion draft, they surprised a lot of people. It was a lot of international players, players who weren't stars, maybe were role players. But the thing that the Valkyries did so well at was they found players who, once they got more minutes, bigger opportunity, they blossomed. I look at Kayla Thornton, Veronica Burton. Burton, most improved player. Kayla Thornton, yes, she was injured the second half of the season, but for that first half, she was the front runner for most improved player. Those are the kinds of players that both Toronto and Portland want to find in order to have their success blossom. The other thing, Malika, is the buy-in that these players had.
So it does say that since they are unrestricted free agents, they can choose to sign somewhere else. They can opt out and sign somewhere else if they choose to. Good Lord.
The Bay Area embraced the Valkyries. We're Oakland girls, Malika. We know what basketball means to that city. And the way that San Francisco, Oakland, just wrapped their arms around that team meant so much.
So this might not be the rosters
really led them to
going
success.
forward because all of these players are unrestricted free agents and they do have the opportunity to opt out
And when you think about those
and
cities
sign
and the
somewhere else. So Marina Mabry,
I do expect both
all of them, they
Portland
might
and
not
Toronto
go
are
to.
going to have that
I don't think
raucous
Marina
fan
might go
base
to
that has been
Toronto.
hungry for
That's the
2
one to look out
decades in
for.
one case and has never had a WNBA franchise in another. I think that we're going to see that kind of support. Kendra, thank you very much.
I think at this point of her career, she don't want to start over.
Just a little bit. And also, Asia Wilson, she says she's going to return to Vegas. Stewie, Sabrina, they're staying with the Liberty. But what about the rest of the free agents? We'll have news after this.
All right, they're going back to commercial, so we'll put this on mute. Appreciate y'all joining. Hope y'all having a good Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they can't opt out, Diamond. I don't think nobody's a super max player on any of these teams, on any of these rosters. To be honest with you, I don't think any of them are. Now these teams might end up overpaying to keep them. Like I'm saying, the biggest name is Marina because she's a baller, right? And she's a vet. You might overpay to keep her in Toronto just to try to build around her, but I don't think she's necessarily a max player right now. That's the thing. Yeah, Bridget Carlton, like she's a dope player too, but I don't think she's a max player right now either. So this is gonna be interesting because Bridget might decide to go back to Minnesota. You know, you see these bigger names like Fee, Stewie, and Asia. They say they ain't going nowhere. So if you want to play with me, you have to come to Vegas, New York, or Minnesota. Bridget might want to go back to Minnesota. So Marina might want to go to Vegas or New York. Who knows? I believe they kept everybody. I don't think nobody opted out in Golden State. Everybody was so excited to go to Cali and play in Golden State. Yeah, everybody they drafted, they end up keeping for the most part. Portland is really not a problem. I think people will want to go back to Portland and play because the fan base is great there. It's the Toronto. Like, I don't know how many players want to go to Canada, and play. So that's the team I'm worried about as far as players saying, you know what? Nah, I don't want to go to Canada. So it's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be real interesting to see. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss no comments on Facebook or YouTube, because once I do it like this on Restream, it's not popping up everything. So make sure we good. That's crazy. Diamond, who is your favorite team? And how do you feel about the players that got taken away from your favorite team? Are you good? You feel like it's a big loss, or you feel like it's just, it is what it is? They are still on commercial right now. That's why we got the background music playing. I know y'all don't want to hear no commercials. I don't know. Maybe you do. It's probably better than listening to me. Yeah. Okay. You said Fever. Okay, nice. Or you a new watcher because of Caitlyn? I did not mean to do that. Hold on, y'all. We're back from commercial. Oh, at least I thought we was. They came back, then went right back to commercial.
Bruh.
I think
first
Indiana's
ever
gonna load up.
WNBA team outside of the United States. It's here, and this is what the roster for the Tempo looks like. Headlined, of course, by Julie Almon, Nayara Sabali, and Marina Mabry. And now joining us is the general manager of the Toronto Tempo, Monica Wright-Rogers. Thank you so much for the time. You can exhale now. And Monica, we're really excited to chat with you about your decision-making here.
Really exciting day for us here in Toronto.
Yes, it absolutely is. And let's talk all about it here. You know a thing or two, right, about winning WNBA titles. You guys selected Julie Almon with your first pick in the expansion draft. So
Understood.
Can you just give us a peek behind the curtain on your strategy, what you were thinking when you selected her?
Absolutely. I think it kind of went back to the coin flip and us deciding to go first in the entry draft. And I think with such a deep draft class in 2026, we felt it was beneficial to be a part of that. And so with going second in the expansion draft, that kind of gave us an opportunity to let Portland go first, and then we could counter with our next player.
And so when you won the coin toss, you decided to pick higher in this expansion draft as opposed to in the WNBA draft, or the WNBA draft rather than the expansion draft. What was the philosophy on that?
Right. So like I said, 2026, the draft class is very deep. And so we wanted a chance to land a player that could really contribute right away. And then with the expansion draft, Portland selected their UFA first. So we didn't necessarily need to select our UFA right away. And so we went for teams that had more valuable players that we knew could compete and put us on a path for success immediately.
I always find it so interesting to see and hear a little bit about that strategic behind the curtain, the way that you are all thinking about this. Let's talk a little bit about your coach, because you hired a two-time WNBA champion head coach in Sandy Brondello. So there's already championship DNA that she's bringing, that you're bringing to the core of this Tempo team.
That was a great hire, by the way.
Are you all looking to
that might be the reason players stay in Toronto
in this golden era of talent?
The goal is to do that right away. And I think the whole purpose of landing a Sandy Brondello is to be able to do that and do this and attract the right free agents to join us in our journey.
I got to tell you, I'm so looking forward to being able to add Toronto as a stop that we make in the WNBA. I love the city. It has a great food scene, and it has amazing basketball fans. What are you most excited about in terms of extending the WNBA's reach into a new country?
Well, I know for one, this city and this country is very hungry for this team, and they can't wait to come out and support us. They'll have a team that is a fiercely competitive team that plays hard and that plays the right way. So excited to tip off on May 8th.
I love to hear that. Monica, thank you so much. Good luck this season and at the WNBA draft that's just 10 days away. We really appreciate the time.
10 days.
Thanks, Malika.
Of course. All right, the expansion draft, it's now complete. So I want to bring back in Carolyn Peck, Monica McNutt, and Kendra Andrews. Carolyn, I'm going to start with you here because in case anybody forgot, you actually coached an expansion team back in 1999. You
were the coach, so.
And you were also the general manager. She was booked and busy of the Orlando Miracle. So what advice maybe can you give these two teams as they begin their journeys in the WNBA? Ah, there she is. Throwback.
Look at you, CP.
Hey, I'm from Tennessee. The higher the hair, the closer to God. But I'll tell you, the advice that I would give is that, look, take a note out of the page of the Golden State Valkyries. You got to play a style that the fans can get behind.
Great, man.
Shooting the three, playing tenacious defense, that's what fans want to see. That's what's going to help you build your fan base and fill up those arenas, because once it starts, it's like a snowball. It can continue to build, but you've got to bring that intensity from day one. Got to bring in players that have a little chip on their shoulder that say, hey, I want an opportunity, and then once they get that opportunity, they take full advantage of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, first of all, CP, you look amazing, girl. You ain't aged a day, baby.
Thank you.
To my final takeaway, though, Malika, just because you've been drafted tonight doesn't necessarily mean that you will stick to a roster when things start. We know that, to Monica Wright-Rogers' point, the draft is coming. This is a wild year in terms of free agency. So I think this is a really good starting point for a lot of these teams. You can see sort of the philosophies. Obviously, we're a little bit more familiar with Brondello than we are Sarama at this point. But just because you are here doesn't mean that these are going to be the teams that we're going to be watching when we get ready to tip the ball up. So I'm really excited, though. It's a great time in the league.
You bring up the free agency. That's what we have to turn the page to now, Monica, now that the expansion draft is in the books. Because, Kendra, we know that most of the WNBA, they are free agents, 123 players in the W. So what's the most important thing to know here?
I mean, I think the thing to know here, Malika, is that we don't know when free agency is going to begin. Teams still do not know when they can start making these moves, and that is because the CBA, I'm told, is yet to be actually ratified. The Board of Governors, the league, the players, they have all voted, yes, we are going to ratify the CBA, but pen has not met paper, and until that happens, they don't know when they can make these moves. They're not allowed to, so it's still a little bit of a standstill.
So it's not so much it's that we need to fill in that blank. It's when is this exactly going to start? We do know one thing, though. We get some great hoops tonight. That's where Monica McNutt and Carolyn Peck are. They're in Phoenix because tonight on ESPN, we have the women's Final Four. South Carolina squaring off against UConn. That's at 7. And then we got Texas taking on UCLA. Coach, I know you were tuned in for that one. The Final Four pregame special from Phoenix. It begins at 6. We're also going to have special courtside presentations on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. On behalf of Monica McNutt, Carolyn Peck, Kendra Andrews, thank you so much. much for tuning in to the WNBA expansion draft. Congratulations to the Fire and Tempo fans. This is an exciting day.
All right, it was a quick show, 30-minute show. That's crazy. I thought, wow. I think you should expect more 2 and 3 year deals this year now because it's more money. Then again, I would say 2 years. Look for more the 2 year range because the CBA is going to go up again, next year and the year after that. So you might be looking at players that's looking to, hey, we'll do 2 years here at this rate, and then I'll be, I'll still be in my prime, still be able to get a max contract at a higher price in 2 years. So I think it'll be more 2 years. You might see a couple of 3 year deals as well. But yeah, I don't expect to see a lot of 1 year deals this year. I think people want to get their money and kind of lock into a city for more than a year. So, but that's crazy. I thought the pen was to paper when it came to the CBA. I thought that was done, and they just said that it's not done. So that is pretty insane.
And that is because the CBA, I'm told, is yet to be actually ratified. The Board of
So they haven't not ratified the CBA.
So I'm really excited, though. It's a great time in the league.
You bring up the free agency. That's what we have to turn the page to now, Monica, now that the expansion draft is in the books. Because, Kendra, we know that most of the WNBA, they are free agents.
123 players are free agents.
In the W. So what's the most important thing to know here?
I mean, I think the thing to know here, Malika, is that we don't know when free agency is going to begin. Teams still do not know when they can start making these moves, and that is because the CBA, I'm told, is yet to be actually ratified. The Board of Governors, the league, the players, they've all voted, yes, we are going to ratify the CBA, but pen has not met paper, and until that happens,
that's crazy.
They don't know when they can make these moves. They're not allowed to, so it's still a little bit of a standstill.
So it's not so much necessarily what there is to know.
That is crazy. So yeah, you got Sabrina Ionescu says she's going to re-sign with New York. Breanna Stewart says she's going to re-sign with New York. Asia says she's going to re-sign with Vegas. She says she ain't going nowhere. So those are the only 3 that said they're going to re-sign. I thought Fee said it too, but apparently not according to this graph on ESPN. So yeah, everybody else, Alyssa Thomas, Jackie Young, Alicia Gray. Jackie Young, by the way, there's a lot of talk going around Jackie Young, Dejanay Carrington, Deja Kelly, and Nalissa Smith right now. Oh, you got ads. I'm sorry. Are you back or are you still on ads? Yeah, Twitch will send you to ads immediately. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. They'll just be like ad out of nowhere. YouTube is starting to do that too now, though. Like, YouTube ads is getting ridiculous. I thought Twitch was bad, but YouTube is crazy. So you're back. So I was saying that I expect more 2 to 3 year deals this year because the CBA will go up again. Every year. So I think there's a lot of players that want to lock in with a city for more than a year this year. Get the money that you're getting, lock in with a city, 2 years, 3 years, whatever come up. If you're still in your prime, try to, get a max again. So, upgrade. So I don't expect a lot of 1 year deals this year. I don't know what the hell I almost choked right there. But yeah, Sabrina, Breanna, Asia are the only ones said they're re-signing with their team. Everybody else free agent. So 120 players will be out there. Wrong button.
Bruh.
120 players are free to sign with whoever they want. So it's gonna be crazy, man. Short show. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know how this is gonna work now, considering that they haven't put pen to paper. I thought that was done. Let me see. they haven't put pen to paper, and free agency was supposed to start from April 7th through April 11th. So it's a short time anyway. It's already a short amount of days, short amount of time that they can use for, the free agency. Negotiations can start on the 7th through the 11th. The signing period is supposed to be from the 12th to the 18th. So they still got time. It's the 3rd right now. So they still got time, but they got to put pen to paper ASAP, right? The WNBA draft is the 13th. Training camp is the 19th. So free agency ends on the 18th. Training camp starts on the 19th. May 8th is the opening night. WNBA draft is April 13th. Again, signing period for the free agencies, if they put pen to paper, is the 12th through the 18th. Negotiation period starts in 4 days. It's supposed to start in 4 days. So, and we just had the expansion draft today, which is actually earlier than the original date. I'm looking at it now. The original date was supposed to be the 6th for the expansion draft. Today is the 3rd. So, days are changing. So, there it is, man. Appreciate y'all joining. I don't have much else for y'all today as far as the WNBA coverage. I just wanted to, this was kind of random. I didn't promote nothing or anything. I just saw the draft was happening. I'm at home. So I just, just like, you know what? I'm here. I'm at home. I might as well just load up the stream. I really didn't get to set the edit up how I want to. I did, got a couple pictures up, make it look somewhat professional a little bit. But appreciate y'all joining, man. Thank you for the likes, the comments. Diamond, appreciate the follow on Twitch. Yeah. So if you're new to Dope Content on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, we do a little bit of everything, man. So dopecontent.com with the K, the way you see it on here, it'll keep you updated with everything. We cover the Dallas Wings in person, so expect some Dallas Wings interviews this year. I plan on doing more. I just kind of slowly build on what I do there. This will be my 4th season covering them. So this year I'm planning on, I want to start talking to players outside of the Wings organization. So hopefully we could get an Asia Wilson, Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, Jackie Young. Hopefully we could get them on the platform this year. So just be in touch for that. Yeah. We do wrestling, we do training camp footage, we do practice footage, we do media day footage, we do I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the UFL this year. The Arlington Renegades, I'm not sure. Every now and then when the Mavericks are not tripping with me, we do some Maverick stuff. Yeah, we just do all video games, we do it all. So just if you don't see what you want to see on one day, just go to the YouTube, go to the website. Everything's there. We do entertainment podcasts. We interview, musicians, artists, all that. So, dopecontent.com. Yeah. Dope Content YouTube. It keeps you up to date. Super Bowl stuff, NFL stuff, Cowboys. So, everything is on the YouTube. The most things you're going to find out is the YouTube and the website. So, stick with those, and then Paige, it was so tough to talk to Paige last year because everybody that was there, first of all, the media that was there last year normally wasn't there. They wasn't there my first 2 years, but everybody and their mama was there last year crowding up the press box and the press rooms, right? And nobody wanted to talk to nobody else except Paige and Dejanay. Now, I was able to get Dejanay first before anybody else, so that's how I was able to get my interview with her when I got it at training camp. But Paige, I was supposed to have Paige 3 times. They told me, hey, come out here on this day to this practice. We'll make sure you get Paige. I get out there. ABC all of a sudden is out there when they weren't supposed to be. They wasn't scheduled to be there. NBC is out there when they wasn't supposed to be there. And of course they're going to put those people in front of me because I'm an independent outlet, right? So ABC, NBC, CBS, they were just in my way, bro, all last year, bro. God damn! So hopefully we'll get Paige this year. Because even Paige herself was like, yeah, let's come over there. Because I did JJ Quinterly. I did Isaiah James, the Rooks. Paige was the only one I couldn't get her. I hope so, but rumor is like everybody's mock draft is not having Dallas draft AZ Fudd. They have our fam coming first, and they just lost Louisa, so they might end up getting our fam first, which I don't have no problem with her. I'm just not a fan of drafting her over AZ right now. So I have PTSD over the Charlie Collier draft pick. You know, that was the last center that we drafted #1, and she turned out to be a bust. So I got PTSD with drafting centers #1 overall when you got a player like AZ Fudd sitting right there, Olivia Miles, and whoever else sitting right there, Lauren Betts and all them. So yeah, I want them to draft AZ, and she already knows how to play with Paige. So it's just, to me, it's common sense. With all these free agents, you could go find a big, a center and a forward easily, right? But who knows? We'll see in a week. I will be at their draft party, so I might be there a little late because of work, but I will be at the draft party. So be on the lookout for that. Dallas Wings draft party coming up soon.
Yeah.
I will have some footage from that too. So yeah, man, we trying to work out here. It's about to be a busy summer. WNBA summer is about to be crazy. Yeah, it's about to be a great season. It's about to be a fun season, exciting season. So we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, till next time, man, I'm gonna go ahead and play this WNBA intro and outro because it's gonna be the same thing. And then till next time, man, y'all be safe. I'm out.
J Squad.